as the heavyweight champion of the world.
When his hand was raised in victory, everybody was in tears and the place went bananas.
Arguably the most famous and well-loved of our British heavyweight champions.
Frank, congratulations. Well, how does it feel to be a champion?
It feels beautiful.
Played twice as funny.
2 points or 3 points?
I'm thinking, John, please.
Sorry.
You're more than a sporting hero, aren't you? I mean, you're actually a superstar.
Am I?
Aren't you?
Thanks. I never knew that.
Faced the toughest battle of his life, the fight with mental illness, and how his enduring faith has really helped him through the dark times of life. Frank, wonderful to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And I'm quite sure lots of people are going to be so pleased to see you and hear from you. Do you find that, though? Do you find that people think they know you, but do we know you?
I'm not too sure if people know me. They should know me by now because I've been in the business or been on the circuit for about 30-odd years.
Do you think we know the real you, or have you managed to put on a persona for the public and keep some part of you private?
I think the real me, you know, I mean, what you see is what you get, to be quite honest, you know. I've never tried to be something that I ain't, to be quite honest. It can be good or sometimes it can be bad, the others, you know.
Everything got on top of him and he went to pieces.
Through it all, Frank has taken strength from his faith.
Got to count your lucky stars, the man above.
He's with you all the time.
Up 24/7.
I've come to meet Frank here at a country house hotel, a far cry from the house in Wandsworth that he grew up in. I'm going to talk to him about the highs and the lows of fame and how his enduring faith has really helped him through the dark times of life. The public and keep some part of you private.
I think the real me, you know, I mean, what you see is what you get, to be quite honest, you know. I've never tried to be something that I ain't, to be quite honest. It can be good or sometimes it can be bad, the others, you know.
Like a normal human being.
Well, I'm a human being, hopefully, or an alien. You never know.
You know, the cleaner to somebody working in the kitchen to senior radio and TV producers were just flooding out of their offices and studios to shake his hand and say hello, and people relate to him. He relates to people at all levels.
You got little dumplings, I've got big muscles. No.
Perhaps the affection that you receive from strangers, is it easy to accept, or is it a bit...
Sometimes it could be a little bit odd, you know what I mean? But you just go with the flow. As long as no one don't want to beat you up or burn down your house or anything like that, you just go along with the flow, you know? My motto is, from the beginning, that I always keep my feet on the ground, don't go. You know, some people can be on television and let themselves go and not realise what's happening or really checking themselves and running away with the moment, you know? But I always kept myself feet on the ground and just kept it real, you know. Take you away for 6 months and leaving your house without nobody looking after it is a terrible thing.
So are you prepared to put yourself out there as a public voice to say...
Yeah, definitely, because it's terrible what they do, you know. I mean, it ain't nice at all.
Frightening.
Scary. Not spiffing at all. If you understand what that word means.
There will be people watching who are feeling really low at the moment or confused about why they're not feeling themselves.
Yeah.
What message would you have for them?
While you're breathing, while you've got life there's always someone worse off than yourself. And you've got to accept it some days. You've got to go with the flow and start trying to fight it, you know, because I always think about me, but I don't realise that there's so many people worse off than me. And you've got to count your lucky stars and the man above.
He's with you all the time?
Oh, 24/7. 24/7.
So what's your day-to-day life like now?
I go to the gym, I try and look after myself. I've got a girlfriend and I'm just enjoying life, just getting on with what I've got to do and taking each day as it comes.
And the money you earned, you've still got money in the bank?
Yeah, I've still got some corn. I mustn't really grumble. But money is, I think, health and peace of mind and happiness is much more important than money. Just try and be happy. If you can try and make some other people happy, it all goes on the scoring sheet, you know?
Two go in the middle. These two men
Frank's back in the public eye, attending charity events and inspiring young people, and taking strength from his faith. Who's your best friend?
Myself.
That's it?
Is my best friend, yeah.
Do you have other friends?
I don't have too many friends, no. Not too many friends at all, Fern. I'm my best friend, and God's my best friend.
God is your best
Yeah.
friend. You still feel him very much with you?
Definitely, you know what I mean? I've got my Bible. You've got to have someone to talk to, and you know what I mean?
And what is God to you? Is he a man? What does he look like? Is it just a feeling?
I think it's a feeling more than knowing what he's like, because I think if anybody knows what God looked like, if they've seen God, but it's a faith that you believe in and you strongly believe in, and you get a good buzz of it, you know?
And do you feel loved by him or anybody?
I feel loved by my mum. I'm glad my mum's still alive. You know what I mean? I'm a mummy, not mummy's boy, but I speak to my mum nearly every day, and she prays for me quite a lot, and she gives me a lot of strength, a lot of guidance in life.
And your children?
Oh, your children give me a lot of guidance and whatever. They give me a lot of problems.
Do you give them problems?
No, they don't give me no problems at all. I give them more problems than they give me, yeah.
4 children now. How old are they all now?
1 7, Freya. Franklin 18 in March. Nicholas 31. And Rachel's about 25 or 26.
And do they have children of their own now?
No, none of them have children.
So you're not granddad yet?
Not that title's not granddad yet.
Would you like to be?
I rest on the pedestal on that one.
And what an extraordinary man he is. How honest he was about everything in his life, but particularly his battle with mental illness. And it just goes to show, doesn't it, that you cannot tell from looking at someone whether they are affected by mental illness or not. It hits anybody, anytime.
Just around and just kept them waiting for about 4 hours.
Did you?
In the house, yeah. And they were getting fed up with me.
Was there any warning? Did you know they were coming?
I didn't know they were coming. All I knew, I had to knock on the door, and there's some people at the door, and they said they'd come through this section here, and it weren't nice. And I believe that I should have been sectioned because I didn't need it, because the kettle was boiling and it just boiled over, and I just needed it, and I got it at the right time.
He called me, I was 40 miles away. He said, you've got to come and make sense of this. And this was at his big home in Stone Massey. And so I went there that day, I got there as quick as I can, and the scene was, you know, the nurses, the police, very ill. And if we didn't get help, we could be losing our champion, our much loved Frank.
It took a lot of them to get you into the ambulance.
It took a lot of them to get me into the ambulance, but I'm not a violent sort of like guy. I've done boxing and whatever. You know, if the law's a law and there's police there, I'm not foolish that I'm going to start doing crazy things. I just ducked and dived and fizzled around and messed around and just kept them waiting for about 4 hours.
Did you?
In the house, yeah. And they were getting fed up with me.
I'll go back in the house, and we're going, no, we're not letting you back in the house. He said, I've got to go back in the house, and so I'm not going there without my Bible.
I'm a sports writer, and my copy appears on the sports pages. And of course, this was a headline on the front page written by the news people, and very insensitive. And the paper had to apologise for it later, quite rightly. I found it abhorrent at the time because, you know, the man was ill.
4 in the morning.
I'd go marching off and found him in the woods, and he'd be sleeping out there, you know.
The classic signs of bipolar, and you can get it mildly, moderately, or you can get the very sort of extreme version of bipolar. It used to be called manic depression, which probably sums it up more explicitly, because it is about having manic highs where you really are not sleeping, not eating, your patterns of behaviour have changed. Quite often people will describe it as, you know, you feel superhuman.
Oranges rather than when I only needed 5 oranges, or going to a shop and buying 5 shirts when I only needed 1 shirt, you know what I mean? Just doing things like that and just doing odd things, you know what I mean?
One of the symptoms that came to me was he would phone every minute